Hey, what's up everybody? Josh here, and on today's video I am super excited because we are going to take a look at what I think is one of the most criminally underrated amplifiers for rock, metal, and even some clean stuff. And the amplifier I'm talking about is the Peavey XXX. And more specifically, we are going to take a look and demonstrate the version of this amp available in the Josh Middleton plugin from STL Tones. I think you're going to be pretty impressed with some of the sounds we can get from this amplifier with a minimal amount of effort, which is my favorite way to do things. Just ask anybody that knows me. I think you'll be impressed with what we can come up with today. So join me as I dial it in the way I like to on all three channels, and let's see what this amplifier can really do. For this demonstration today, I'm going to be using my Schecter Sunset. Thank you. Triad. It's written on the back, so it reminded me. Our Schecter Sunset Triad 7-string guitar here. We're going to be switching between just the regular humbucker mode and the single coil for the clean stuff, so if I'm switching positions, that's all we're doing. So with that out of the way, let's go. All right, everyone, welcome to our demonstration of this XXX amplifier available in the Josh Middleton plugin. I've got it pulled up in my DAW here, and it is really cool to look at. I love the detail in like the Tolex, and of course the silhouette here with like the Josh Middleton silhouette as opposed to the mud flap girl or the pinup girl on the faceplates for the real ones. So let's dial this in real quick. Over here, I'm going to turn the gate up a little more than is defaulted in the program. I like a tighter gate for the stuff that I play. For the stomp section, for this, I'm not using anything on the stomp section. We're going to see what this amp can do with no boost, no compression, or anything like that. Here's the amplifier again. The speaker section, this is like the default speaker selection when you open and go to the first preset in the plugin. You have the 2000 version of the Cali Oversize cab with the V30s, you have a 57 over here and a dynamic 421 over here. So pretty classic combo for a nice, well-bodied, high gain tone. And then for post effects, one of the wild things and one of the really cool things about this Josh Middleton plugin is this kind of pedal style EQ on the post section that is really, really in depth. You can get a lot of sounds out of this. We're not going to use it right now though, because we want to see what this amp can do on its own. So right now it's just amps and speakers. So let's dial this in at noon. You double click the knobs to go back to the noon positions, which is a nice feature, makes things easy. And I do like to use the damping knob in the loose setting for this amplifier. So tight, mid, and loose, what is that? Essentially, you'll notice there's no resonance or presence controls on the amplifier. This is kind of where that is, and you get to pick one of three options. Normally this control is on the back of the amplifier in like the real life version, but being that it's here available and functional on the front is good stuff. All right, let's see how this sounds with everything at noon, no boost, no post effects. All right, thank you everybody for watching. I mean, isn't that crazy how good it sounds just nooned out with no help at all, no boost, no post EQ, everything at noon. And this is on the Crunch channel. Again, it's my favorite channel of the amplifier. So let's dial it in just a touch, but already right off the bat, we have a wonderful foundation. So the hair, which is your high control, we'll boost that just a touch. Let's say 5.3 to start, 5.3, 5.4-ish. The body, which is your mids, we don't need much help here because this amp is pretty honky and very bright already, so I'm going to keep the mids fairly standard. Bottom, I do want a little more bass out of it, so I'm going to put it at like a 5.8 just to start and see what we think. And then volume, we'll keep the same. And then the gain, we're not boosting this amp, we're going to put that up to like a 6.1. Yeah, we'll stay in 6.1. So just with those minor adjustments, let's see how it's affected the tone. All right. There it is right there. I would use this tone in a mix with the loose setting, and what we've got here, just very minimal adjustments. I think this is gonna be your more honky, Marshall-y type channel right here. And when you're gonna play some stuff that you need a little more clarity in, like, you know, I love that. Bop, bop, bop. So I would use this channel for that sort of thing. Now, ultra channel on this, I think a lot of people conjure up images like, oh, it's just gonna be this crazy over the top gain buzzsaw type sound. And sure, you could do that, but honestly, if I'm gonna explain this more simply, I would say the crunch channel is more of your Marshall-y type sound, your more honky sound, where the ultra is maybe more of a Mesa style sound, and you'll hear what I mean here. Again, no boost, no post effects, no changes on the speaker cabinet section. Let's see what this sounds like just at noon. All right, you just get a little different character out of it. So for this one, I think I'm gonna increase the hair control. I love the hair control, it's so funny. Just a touch. I don't know if we need any mid help, maybe just a little sliver, maybe a 5.2. And I know it sounds funny, but these controls are really sensitive, so bear with me. And then bottom on these, I don't think we really need to mess with that for this channel. It's pretty bassy already. And then for the gain, not quite as high as the crunch channel, but we'll go with like a 5.8 and just see kind of how that sounds. I think that sounds really, really nice for those maybe slower but chunkier riffs that you want to do, and you want to have a lot of bass resonance like this. I'll never get tired of an open A suspended chord. It just sounds so darn good. Okay, let's move on to the clean section of the amplifier, because this is one of the most underrated clean channels in any amplifier that people talk about. Now for this, I am going to switch it up just a touch. I am going to use the compressor here, just throw it on its default settings, and then for the post effects, I'm going to use delay and reverb. So let's see how that sounds with the single coil at noon with really not much help at all, okay? You see what I mean? It sounds so good. So for dialing this in from noon, what I would do is cut the highs just a touch so it's not so sharp. I don't think I'd mess with the mids at all, and then I'd give it just a little more bass here and see what we get out of that. Everything else is still the same. And I think we'll get some really cool baritone type tones out of this, really crystal clear. Check this out. You kind of get a cool 80s tone out of it. this clean channel, you could also get some cool edge of breakup out of it just by using your pickup selector. So let's go all the way down to our normal humbucker and see how this tone sounds. So I've got the compressor on still, and then what I'll do is I'll use the max on drive and turn that drive like maybe to, I don't know, 3-ish or so, and then the balance we'll put at about a 7, and then the tone we'll put just over the top like that. And I think we can get a really cool kind of edge of breakup tone out of this. So we'll start with the single coil here and see how this does. Really, really cool. And then if we split again. Really cool. Now if we go down to the humbucker, I will probably get kind of a, I don't know, we'll see how driven this is. Really, really, really cool. And to think we got all those different tones just from the pickup selector, which, you know, is a credit to the guitar, of course, but also to the plugin, because you don't have to do much with the plugin to get some really awesome tones. So again, you have your crunch channel. And then you have your kind of mesa type sound that we got out of the Ultra channel, you know. And then of course our clean tone with, we're not gonna have any delay on it or anything, but. So there you have it. And for, honestly, for like solos, I would just turn on the reverb and delay with the crunch and go from there. I've still got the compressor on and the drive, of course, but even without that. There you go. That's what the amp can do, man. It is so darn good. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this little demonstration on dialing in some really nice sounding tones with the XXX. Let me know what you would do with this amp. Let me know what you would do different, what you thought, if you were surprised at all, or if you're like, hey man, I already know what this amp can do. Either way, just let me know what you thought down in the comments below. Drop a like, subscribe if you want. We'll have some more videos like this upcoming. But for now, I hope you all go check out this Josh Middleton plugin from STL Tones. It is killer. All right, we'll see you later.